What's up, everybody? I'm Clay, and I do want to say thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for understanding that YouTube is now run by AI. Well, it is allowing general discussions about crypto, NFTs, digital assets, and so on. So in no way should you interpret this video to be a promise, promotion, suggestion, recommendation, guarantee, anything like that. It is simply a discussion. So let's discuss. We're going to go into this article in a second, but first let's set the stage. This is the first time we have strung together 4 green lines in about 6 months. Now, I don't know if Shiba Inu coin is going to be able to close over this level and confirm this, or if we're just going to end up with a red candle again. So we're going to have to wait and see what turns up there. But nonetheless, it's impressive, even though the price action is not explosive. Okay, we would clearly much rather have Shiba Inu coin shooting up past 1,000 points per coin and so on. But nonetheless, 4 green days in a row has not been hit since September. It's been a long time. So Shiba Inu coin doing something very impressive at the moment. The overall market is rising and fear is fading. This is exactly what we need to see. Now, clearly we're not out of the woods yet. We're still in a fearful situation. But look at this. Altcoin season actually ticking up to a level of 40. Now we're seeing the RSI still in neutral territory. These are some signs that we may, 1, see altcoins continue to rise as we are not overheated or overbought. And number 2, see altcoins actually outperform Bitcoin. Now, we won't be in altcoin season until we're above a level of 50 here, but we are inching our way closer every single day. And do not forget, right? We didn't have, you know, a lot of people point to 2025 as the bull market peak when Bitcoin was hitting 126,000 and Ethereum was touching $4,900 and Solana was up around 250. They view this as the bull market peak. But don't forget, we never had an altcoin season. There was never a meme coin season in this last cycle. So a lot of people believe that the cycle is not over. We're going to have to sit here and watch and see how that plays out. But nonetheless, altcoin season could be around the corner still if you've got that optimistic outlook. Now, looking at Shiba Inu coin here, it says the Shiba Inu coin trading around 560, currently about 580 at the time that I'm recording. And it says pressing against the rising trend line on the 30-minute chart as RSI holds at 43. Now, RSI at 43 is still neutral territory, but of course on the lower end. It says volume surging 112% to $333 million, while open interest is falling 1.79% to $61 million, with longs absorbing $240,000 in liquidations. The burn rate drops 44% to just 2.95 million SHIB, and 410 trillion tokens remain permanently in circulation. Now, look, the burn rate is excellent. We are not burning anything right now. Okay, it's nice to see it rising and falling and all that. We need to burn Shiba Inu coin, but it's not something that I believe we should necessarily focus on until the numbers are much, much higher. This is, however, the most opportune time to burn that we have seen in the last 5 years. Shiba Inu coin has not been this low in the last 5 years, meaning it is essentially from 500 points per coin to 5,000 points per coin. It is 10 times easier to burn Shiba Inu coin now than it has been in the past. And that is, it's unfortunate because burns are weird, right? Burns are almost like people's emotions. When the price is high, everybody wants to buy. When the price is low, everybody wants to sell. Makes no sense, right? When the price is high, everybody wants to burn. When the price is low, nobody wants to burn. It's so counterintuitive. This is why I'm convinced retail believes the market is forever manipulated, okay? Because they fall victim to their emotions. They buy high and they sell low, and they do it over and over and over again. Guys, now is the time to buy when prices are low. And when the prices are high or when greed is setting in, it's the time to sell. So reverse your thinking a little bit. Take a dive into your own mind as to why you feel the way that you do. And then, of course, conquer those emotions. One thing that I look at quite often is search volume. Okay. Now, I wish this kind of gave you numbers and stuff like that instead of just a trend indicator between 1 and 100. or 0 and 100 actually. But it doesn't. This is what we got to work with. And you can see Shiba Inu coin search volume right now is less than, well, it's actually ticking back up a little bit to 1. Last time I looked, it was less than 1. Yeah, it was down here at less than 1. So right now, we're essentially seeing 1% of the people interested in SHIB that were interested in 2021. We have got a long way to go. And imagine if we can this is, you can look at it in a bullish or bearish way, right? If you're pessimistic, you're going to see, well, SHIB is dead. 1% of the people are here that were here in 2021. If you're optimistic, you're going to see, dude, we could 100x or more, but we could 100x the interest in SHIB just to get back to where we were in 2021. If even more people jump in, we could see over a 100x increase in the amount of people interested. So it does depend on how you look at it, but definitely take a look at it because search interest is very important, and it also coincides greatly with the overall fear and greed in the market.